Hey guys, I'm Rob and welcome back to Rob's Model Cars. Well, I'm back again today with the last review for 2019 before Christmas, and what I have to show you is the brand new BBR Ferrari F8 Tributo. Now, the F8 Tributo was supposed to be a completely new model from Ferrari, but it ended up just being a heavily revised version of the 488 GTB. Nonetheless, it's a pretty spectacular looking new version from Ferrari, and BBR have done a fantastic job of this new model. So we've reviewed a ton of BBR models before. They just come in these plain red boxes with a little bit of chrome BBR branding on the box and a little label here which shows what model is inside. Now, if we lift off the lid of the box, model does come with a plexiglass case as standard. It does come with a certificate of authenticity as well from BBR. The case is protected by this cloth, and here is the brand new BBR Ferrari F8 Tributo. Now, this is in the launch colour of Rosso Scuderia, which is a slightly brighter red than Rosso Corsa. I quite like it, and this one has the smoked silver wheels as well. So we'll get this out, we'll put it on the turntable, and we'll have a closer look at this stunning new model from BBR. Okay, so here we have the brand new BBR Ferrari F8 Tributo. Now, this is pretty much a heavily revised version of the Ferrari 488 GTB. And I think overall it is a better looking car. A lot of revised aero and bodywork changes on the front with the headlights, slight changes in the side intakes, and definitely the rear of the model has changed as well, namely with the addition of the 4 taillights in the back, reminiscent of the old school Ferrari. So, as I say, I personally think it is a better looking version than the 488. Still not quite as pretty as the 458 Italia though. That's just my opinion. But this is the new era of twin turbocharged V8 Ferraris. So, okay, let's start with the model base. So, it does come on this black leatherette base with the red stitching. BBR is embossed in the base here. You do have this nice F8 Tributo badge here, Ferrari badge on the back here. And the back of the model has the limited edition nameplate. So this is limited to 488 pieces worldwide, and this is number 82. So a reasonably early release, as I did pre-order this model through bbr.modelstore.com. So these models are removable from these leather bases. I get asked that all the time. You can basically find where the screw holes are, rub your finger in, find the holes where you can find that, cut the little bit of felt out, and then you can access the screw and remove the model from the base. So for the purpose of this review, I leave these on the base so I'm not handling the model, and I can show you every detail on the model. Now, overall, this is the launch spec of this model. So this is in Ferrari Rosso Scuderia, as I said, which is a slightly brighter red than the Rosso Corsa 322, and I really like the colour combination with these slightly smoked silver wheels. So they're slightly not as bright as the wheels on the blue Corsa version that's available through BBR. Now, these are more of a smoked silver colour, which I'm really happy with. I think they really look good, and it's quite refreshing to have silver wheels on these new supercars. I'm kind of over the black wheel thing on all these supercars, so really nice to have silver wheels on a red Ferrari again. Now, overall, the quality of this model is exceptionally good, as with all BBR models. The paint is absolutely flawless on this model. Nice and glossy, even application, no flaws anywhere. And you really can't beat the paint quality on these resin models. They are absolutely superb, and of course this is a officially licensed Ferrari product as well. Now let's start with the details on this model. It does have a full carbon fibre side splitters on here. This is actually the new pattern of carbon fibre. It's more like little squares rather than a weave pattern. The whole inset of the nose is also in that same carbon fibre finish, and you do have some mesh pieces either side. Now, as I mentioned, this does have the borrowed S duct from the pista, which goes up through the front bumper bar here and out through the hood. It is sealed, it doesn't go all the way through, but there is a little piece of mesh in the back of there as well. Now, one nice little note is you can see these tiny little vents in the bottom of the side of the front bumper bar. That's to let the excess air from the front bumper out through the side so it doesn't get trapped in the wheel well. Nice little attention to detail to those little vents there. And there's a nice little photo-etched Ferrari emblem on the nose of the model as well. Now, the headlights, I'd have to say, are not spectacular. The plastic that they use in these lenses is quite clear, but there's just a single bulb headlight in there. It doesn't look super detailed. I wouldn't say it lets the model down, but it's probably not BBR's best work in the headlight department. Another noticeable change on this new model is these windscreen wipers are actually made out of plastic now. Pretty much all the past BBR models that I've got, these windscreen wipers are always out of photo etched metal. So hopefully this is just a one-off with this particular model, and hopefully they will go back to the metal windscreen wipers, as I do prefer. They look a lot more detailed and finer than these plastic ones. Of course, we've got the Ferrari Scuderia shields on the side fenders here. These are nice photo-etched decals, and you do have the little turn signal underneath that in silver. Good job on the shape of the mirrors. Of course, they use nice reflective mirror material in behind to represent these side mirrors. Super clear plastics are used for the windows, so the front window, side windows are all super clear plastic. Gives you a good view of the interior and looks very realistic. We've got more carbon fibre on the front of the side skirts here, so same checkered carbon fibre pattern here, and just the body coloured, the rear of the skirt here is much bigger than on the 488 GTB. So I quite like the aero changes to the side of this model, the Tributo, and they've slightly revised this shape around here as well, about this air scoop here, and obviously a revised carbon blade shape in here as well to direct air through into the intercoolers for this V8 twin turbo engine inside. We've got these revised little door handle shapes that stick up here, almost like little fins to guide the air in there, and this side you have the fuel flap. Now, the back of the model, there's drastic changes here compared to the 488 GTB. So we've got a completely revised rear wing here, which overlaps these quad tail lights. Third brake light is integrated into the rear spoiler. Of course, we've got the new quad tail lights like the 812 Superfast, GTC4 Lusso. This is the new direction for Ferrari with all these quad tail lights instead of this single tail lights either side. So they've done a really good job on those lights. There are lots of pieces of mesh in the back here, but these are solid backed mesh. So you can't see through, they are solid. So there's two pieces in the top here which are solid. The pieces underneath the tail lights are solid, and we've got some more pieces in the bottom there that are solid as well. Now, it doesn't drastically look bad, but I guess that being a sealed resin model, they just can't have all these gaps open with open mesh, otherwise you'd just be looking at solid blocks of resin in behind. So hopefully on some of the other model Ferraris we'll have some more open mesh in all these pieces. There's more of the carbon fibre underneath the rear diffuser, and we've got the two exhaust outlets as well. So overall, I think the back of the Tributo looks a lot better than the 488 GTB, and just overall I think the car looks better than the 488 GTB. So I think exterior, really pretty happy with the paintwork, the amount of carbon fibre. As I say, I think the only things that I would say are a little bit of a letdown are the headlight detail, the plastic windscreen wipers, and the extensive use of the solid mesh pieces, which is more noticeable in the rear of the car than the side or the front, really. So yeah, I think they've pretty much nailed the stance. The paintwork's beautiful, lots of carbon fibre, looks really good. Now let's talk about these wheels. So I really like this standard wheel design on this F8 Tributo, this sort of twisted star. Now as I said, these are in a smoked silver colour. Again, the tyre detail is okay, but there's no tyre writing on here. Now, Auto Art models, I have to give them credit because they actually do put the tyre branding and some other markings on the tyre. I really think that BBR and MR resin models, being high-end models, should include the tyre writing on the tyres. So that's a little bit of a disappointment, but again, it doesn't really detract from the model. The wheels look great, nice little silver lug nuts in there to hold the wheels on, and they've done a great job of the carbon ceramic discs in there and the brake calipers as well. So front and rear, really good job on the wheels and tyres, as you'd expect. And just a noticeable mention is that they actually have little air valve stems on those wheels as well. So nice little addition there from BBR. Now let's talk about the engine. So this is a new technology for BBR. This F8 Tributo does have this vented rear glass for the engine, quite reminiscent of the Ferrari F40, although not that similar in design, but apparently they've created a new technology to actually press out these window pieces with these moulded vents in there. It does have some four little silver bolts on the sides to hold that panel down, and it does reveal quite a lot of detail in that engine compartment. So that is the twin turbo V8 engine sitting in there, lots of carbon fibre all around, and the engine detail is made up of quite a few layers, so not one dimensional like a GT Spirit engine. Quite a lot of detail in there with all the exhaust system, heads, wires, plugs, leads, things like that. So really quite good. I'm not sure whether the camera really picks all that up or whether there's a bit of distortion with that new plastic window, but there is a lot of engine detail in there that you can see. Now the interior is lovely in this car, lots of detail again. It's a mostly black interior, but there is some perforated mesh on the dashboard as well as some satin carbon fibre. The air conditioning vents are detailed in silver. Nice job on the steering wheel. It's a revised steering wheel in the F8 Tributo compared to the 488 GTB. Hopefully you can see that. Some nice little photo etched gear shift paddles in there. They've done a lovely job on the seats, which have the red stitching line up through the centre and some exterior stitching as well. And there's even some cargo nets behind the seats on the rear bulkhead, which is quite nice. Not sure whether you can see that. It does of course have cloth seat belts in there as well, and a little bit more satin carbon fibre as well through the centre console and on the door trims as well. So overall the interior looks really nice, so I'm really quite impressed with that, and I think BBR has done a pretty good job on this model overall. So as I say, if I was going to give this one a Rob score, I'd probably give it a maybe a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. As I say, for me, the only detractions, as I mentioned, are probably the headlight detail, the plastic windscreen wipers, and the extensive use of the solid mesh panels everywhere on this model car. So other than that, I'm pretty happy with the model. So let's say a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. So unfortunately, if you collect Ferrari models, the only brands you really have to choose from these days is BBR models or MR collection models. Burago just don't make any 1/18 scale Ferraris anymore, it seems, or they don't care. So really, if you're a Ferrari lover like me, then it's BBR models or MR collection models. So this is the brand new F8 Tributo. This is being released in a ton of colours, and the Spider version will be out soon also. So I do have that one on pre-order as well. So when that one arrives, I'll be sure to do a review so you guys can see the Spider version of this. But for now, that's going to wrap up today's review of this BBR F8 Tributo. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. Don't forget to smash that like button if you like the video, and you can follow me on social media as well. So all the links are on the homepage of this YouTube channel. So as I said, this is going to be the last review before Christmas time. I do have a few more models to film, and I will release another couple of videos before New Year's Eve. So stay tuned to the channel for those last couple of reviews, and I've got some more big things planned for 2020. So thanks to everyone for their support this year, and stay tuned for the next video. But until next time, thanks for watching Rob's Model Cars.